Good morning from Sitka, Alaska. My name is Steven.
And I'm Jaylyn, and we are going to take you along with us to go get lost in the woods. And in case you guys think we're taking that literally, we're just going to go for a hike.
And also we are going to go ahead and start the day off with North Star, which is the really cool thing on Quantum of the Seas that we're going to go show you because I don't know how to explain it. You'll just see in a moment. Let's go.
Alright, don't be shy, guys.
So, if you don't know, Quantum class ships have North Star, which is that thing that we were just up there on, and we get a good view of the surrounding area. It was quite a spectacular view. Before we talk about how it was, let's talk about the options you have to actually do it. If you're on board this ship, it's going to be free if you're in port because the demand is a lot less, and ARM does actually extend over the ocean, but when in port, it would make ships mad or make towns mad to be over the port or over a ship. It's just not allowed. So that's why it's a shortened version. You go up in the air, come back down, and you kind of turn a little bit, but you don't go over the water. If you want to do a paid version, then that costs $20 a person, and that will allow you to do it at a sea day and go over the ocean as the ship is traveling, which I think is a really cool thing.
Yes.
I don't think I've done it before, but it would be really fun to do if it wasn't $20 a person. Though I would say, if we were to do it on the glacier day when we go into a glacier, I would pay $30, well over 30 to do that. But that one was sold out so long ago, so it's not even an option to us. But other than that, how was it?
It was so amazing. The views that you get from 300 feet above sea level is spectacular. We could see the mountains, we could see the ship looking down, we could see over the ocean. It was just beautiful altogether. You were free to walk around, so you weren't stuck in one spot. You were able to get a view from 360, so that was really cool.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fun. I'm glad we did it. Good way to start off Sitka, but we got to get down there. It's already 11 o'clock, so let's hit the town.
Let's go get lost in the woods.
Quick rant. The gangway button doesn't actually work.
9.
See you soon, Quantum. We're now in Sitka, Alaska. Day 2 in port.
First time in Sitka.
Still can't get over how tall Quantum is. Also, I probably shouldn't put my camera up. It is drizzling a little bit today.
Good thing we brought a cloth.
So we don't actually know where we're going or what the plan really is today, but I will say
Getting
for
lost in
sure,
the woods.
we're getting lost somewhere for sure. I do want to say that the thing about Sitka is that you're going to land in port and you're going to have to take a bus to downtown. It's complimentary, don't worry. We got in port at 7 in the morning today, and we were actually the first ship in, and for an hour it would have been a great opportunity to hop on a bus and get over to downtown. But then another ship showed up, a Holland America ship, and that ended up making it a mess. I believe 10:30 is when the crowd should die down. You can hop on the bus, but they're saying that waiting in the line for the bus could take upwards of a half an hour at peak times, which is not a good thing. I don't think that's a good thing. So that's why we booked our stuff on board in the morning. We did iFly, we did the North Star, and now we're ready to go to town. It's a little bit later than we wanted to, but at least we got those things out of the way and we didn't have to pay extra. We did the free things. iFly will show up in a video later, probably tomorrow. We grabbed a map at the information desk, and I think we have an idea of where we want to go.
2 main options for a hike. We can either go up here and get lost, we can go down here to a more perky area and do a loop. My vote's on the lost one, but she said to stop by and pick up some bear spray if we're gonna go that way, so that'd be cool to see some bears.
So I don't know I want to do that.
But I do.
Also, just a quick look. This is how long the line they're prepared to be. So
Yes, because we're coming out so late, we don't have to wait in a long line, but if you come out early, especially when both ships are in, kind of at the same time, might be running into some problems, so be prepared for that.
Last shuttle returns ship at 4 p.m. Don't forget that one. Alright, after getting dropped off at Centennial Hall, which is where the bus takes you, Centennial Hall, that's the center of everything, that's where we're going to get picked up later. Had to pull out on the hat just to feel cool, or feel warm, actually. I feel cool because I'm warm.
We asked a lady inside for some guidance on some hiking trails, and she gave us a great recommendation. So we are going to be taking the Sitka Cross Trail, tracking that over to the Indian something trail, and then depending on time, we might take that up halfway or just come back down and then hike through the park. So we'll kind of see how it goes, play it by ear. We are going to go pick up some bear spray, and she gave us some tips on if we do see a bear, but hopefully we won't run into any issues.
I'm scared. I don't like bears.
She said that if you see a bear, just be calm, slowly wave your hands in the air just to indicate that you are a human and not prey, and you should be fine.
Hopefully. So if you come up Barnov, which is a street that we were told, that's how we can get to the cross trails, which doesn't seem like a very touristy spot. I know we're a little late today. It's about 12 now.
But there are literally no people out here, so we may actually be getting lost in some woods today.
Seriously, we haven't made it to the trail yet, but like there's just houses alongside of us. We're on Barnov. That's the street we were told. This is definitely a little weirder on the scale of things that we've done and
Also,
trying to find the place where we're going.
2 different maps. This one's for town, this one's for hiking.
Yeah, so make sure when you get to port, ask at the information desk in the hall. They will have
They'll have the hiking
information.
map.
They'll give you a hiking map
And they
or
have all
just a city map.
different maps and brochures and stuff too.
And it's all free.
Yeah.
And they were all super nice, willing to help and help guide us to the forest.
Lost in the woods. Oh yeah, see? There we go.
There's a sign and there's a map. We're in the right place. So we are here. Just got in on Barnov Street. And we'll probably take it along up here and along this way. Oh, if we do the math, 8.1 of a mile, that's 1 full mile right there. About 2 miles. About 2 miles is what we're looking to do here.
This is that goes to the waterfall.
Yeah, Indian River Road will take you to the waterfall, which we're not looking to do because that's, I think, 7 miles out.
But
so
if
we have,
you are wanting to go find a waterfall, which I didn't even know that was a thing because I literally did no research. I just said hiking. I would definitely figure out a quicker way to get there and go do that hike if you're looking for waterfalls.
but make sure you get off the ship early. Get off at 7 or 8 or whenever you arrive, and not when we got here at 11.
So we got to go along that trail. It's about 0.81 miles to the cross trail, and then we can do our hike.
Yeah, so when she said 20 minutes, I was like, that took us maybe 5. Oh,
That's why.
the cross
Not bad.
trail from here is going to be 20 minutes. So we'll check back with you. We're not the fastest people in the world, but we'll keep pace and we'll try our best.
Oh yeah, see, my maps doesn't even say that I'm there yet. Not that I was mapping it right now. Alright, we have finally made it to the Sitka Cross Trail. This is somewhere where it allows you to go 2 different ways. I believe both ways just kind of go around to the different sides of town. We definitely want to go to the Indian River Trailhead. So 1.36 miles, not too bad. I think we have about 2 hours until we should be getting back towards the ship area. So we should be fine with that. Alright, so as we've been walking the trail, we've been seeing a ton of these plants everywhere. So this is actually skunk cabbage. It is a natural laxative for bears. So as they come out of hibernation, they eat this to get things flowing. It is the first plant to grow of the season, so that's how you know it's just about bear season. Oh yeah, it stinks. Just kidding. Alrighty, so as we were walking along the trail, I started to see these plants. Now they're leaves that are in threes. They look a little shiny. I know that that's the symbol for poison oak or poison ivy. So I originally was just like, stay away. But then I remembered Snapchat actually has this unique filter where you can scan the plant and it will tell you what. Getting a scanning app like this or a book or something, so that way you know what is safe to touch and what is not.
But probably stay away from it anyways, in general. Better practice to stay on the trail.
Don't come off the trail like I am. I'm a bad example.
You thought I was a bear, huh? Got you for a second. Roar! We actually haven't found any wildlife so far on this trail, which I don't know is a good thing or a bad thing, but it's certainly really beautiful up here. But look at those mountains way up there still have snow, and it's in May. That's kind of crazy. I kind of wish it was snowing down here. Actually, no, I don't. I'd be cold, but it's been a lot of fun so far. Learned a lot of things from Jaylyn. I feel like I have absolutely nothing to contribute to this vlog, so that's why I decided to give you a little jump scare, wake you up a little bit. I'm sure it's getting boring, so back to the hike. Whoa, those are strange looking trees back there. I'm just kidding, those are houses. We've definitely come back towards civilization. That was a cool little path off of civilization. I think we've been at it for an hour since we split off from the road that we came on from. I don't even remember the road anymore. That's how long it's been.
I don't know.
Barnov, I think.
Yeah, Barnov. So it's been a wonderful hike though. This has been really like
and our good old trusty map has been found.
Oh look, that's where we wanted to
go.
Because then that's the Indian River Trail.
Oh wow.
Oh, we're chilling on time. We're doing good.
It's currently 2 o'clock. Last bus leaves at 4. So we might have a little bit of time to go explore the national park. We weren't sure if we were going to, but we might have the time. We have to find our way over to it now.
Yeah, that part's a little bit more difficult.
Looks like the trail has become
Let's get out of
road. Boom! So we just crossed the street, we exited out over here, and then we're going to show you how close the Indian Trail entrance is. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do it because of time.
The Indian Trail is a 9-mile hike. It says it takes approximately 6 hours.
Yeah, okay, 6 hours. I was thinking 6 miles. 6 hours is much worse.
Yeah.
Round trip all the way there and back. So if you were a dedicated person, try it. Might be pretty beautiful.
If I'd have known about the waterfall, I would have said get off earlier and come straight here and just do this. It has stuff all along. So many bridges. Oh my gosh. Bridges are one of my favorite things about nature, even though they're not naturistic. I just love bridges, so this has 5. I really wish we did this.
Car. It seems to be a 20-minute walk if you wanted to go ahead and do the Indian Trail, which
21-minute walk to it from where the buses drop you off.
in the grand scheme of things, 20 minutes isn't that much in the 6-hour hike. Well, I guess it's 40 minutes round trip.
True.
So it's like a pre-warm-up or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's your warm-up and cool down.
So we were trying to think of any other options to possibly get you to and from there without having to walk that, because I know that's going to be an adventure in its own. We could not come up with any ideas, so if you have any ideas, please comment them down below. We would love to know, but you probably will have to walk if you want to do that trail, though the bridges look like it would be great for Jaylyn, and a waterfall seems like it'd be really cool to take a picture of. We saw one yesterday. I don't know if you saw yesterday's video on Ketchikan, but that was pretty cool, so.
Yeah, but we kind of, got a cooler angle on that one.
We kind of cheated on that when we took a helicopter. Today was much more grounded, I would say, in reality and on the ground. Eventually we'll make it over to the national park and we'll update you once we get there, but for now, enjoy the view of the houses. We're off to Hogwarts.
Let's go.
So I'm not really sure where we're going, but we did cut through the college, and that's why we saw Hogwarts. So that's really cool. That's
Yeah.
different.
Very different. This has been taking us a strange way, but this is kind of a cool way to see Sitka because it's not just all the touristy stuff, it's also the local stuff, which is really cool.
So we have made it to the National Park Visitor Center, and we're gonna do the totem pole trail, so it's gonna be a little quick loop, hopefully not too long. We've already seen some totem poles on the way in, so that's really cool.
The guide, when we first got off the bus this morning, told us that it only takes her about 30 minutes to do this loop, so should be perfect time for us to do that and then head back.
So we don't exactly have all the time in the world to do all this stuff, but you can see the trail. We're here, goes all the way around and takes you back out over here. We're gonna try our best to get it done, but we are getting closer to time where we need to get back. So maybe not all of it, but maybe we might do a shorthand version of it.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. Oh wow, we already made it to our first cut through, I think. We're not gonna take that one.
No, we're not gonna take that. That's too much of a shortcut. We're gonna try to power through this whole thing.
We'll take a look, show some quick shots of totem poles, and then just power through just so we can see it for you and explain it to you later. Totem pole. Tree. Can you tell the difference when we're going this fast? I can't. So this bridge that we're on right now, we're not going to cross it, but we came to a crossroads where it split left and right, and basically you can go to the Raptor Center going this way, which is basically a good bird center if you're interested in birds. I don't know much about the Raptor Center, but I do know that it is only $15 a person for admission. I did see a bunch of tours that would go out there or maybe come here to the national park, then go to the Raptor Center. We elected obviously to do it on our own, and if we had more time, we had it in our back pocket to go up there and visit. So that's why I think it's going to be a trip for next time, now that we're kind of a little bit more aware.
No, waterfall next time.
Apparently she wants to do the waterfall though. Not sure how that's going to happen, but maybe.
Alrighty, we made it through back to the entrance, and my timer is stopped at 20 minutes. So we only stopped and looked at maybe 3 of the totem poles on the way because we wanted to trek our way through. So I'd say that if you're stopping to look at totem poles or just wanting to take more time, it would take closer to 30 to 45 minutes. But if it's something you just want to power through and look at the totems while passing, 20 minutes, plenty of time.
So thankfully Sitka does have these info signs that point out where you are, gives you the map and what's around you and just basically overall town look. And then it also shows you what direction is what, and it shows you how long it's going to take you to get there. So Centennial Hall, 17 minutes is seeming like what it's going to take. So I think we're prepared for it. It's currently 3:15. We have some extra time, so we'll stop a little bit along the way. All we have to do is make sure we're back at least 15 minutes before 4, because that's when the last shuttle leaves at 4.
Yes, and we do not want to be not make it on that bus.
So we are currently walking this sea walk, which
It's
Sea
another
walk.
great option if you want to get off and walk around without doing a hike in the woods like we did. This is a great option right along the water, some scenery. The sun is out, so it is actually quite warm.
I do like to acknowledge that so far in our Alaska experience, we have found that in the mornings, very rainy, very cold, but then as time goes on, the day gets brighter, the clouds kind of clear out a little bit, and the sun comes out, and it gets super nice. But yeah, the mornings are a little tough, I guess. On the sea walk, we're passing along the Science Center, which does have a gift shop and whatnot. We're not going to stop here. It might even already be closed, but have heard that this is a popular spot to kind of check out. They even have chowder here too. Oh, here's the real building, the Sitka Sound Science Center. This is the real place you want to visit. I guess that was just the gift shop and maybe a place to eat.
$12 for adults, 3 to 12 children are $10. Children under 3 are free.
Open 9:30 to 4:30 daily. It is open, but we just don't really have the chance to do it this time around. Yeah. I guess part of the Sound Science Center is going to be the Sound Playground. That is on the map for some reason.
It is on the map along the sea walk, so if you do have kids, take them there, let them play.
So on our sea walk, we just happened to find 2 girls selling lemonade.
So I had to buy some. And they were so cute, I had to support them.
I don't know that you'll necessarily find them when you're here next, but
They also had cookies that looked super yummy, popcorn, and then homemade or handmade coasters and stickers.
once we get back on board, we'll talk a little bit more about some things that we kind of learned on this adventure and what we would do differently next time. That way, if you decide to copy us, you kind of have a better idea of what to do instead of being as lost as we were today. But it did work out, so we'll share with you what worked, what didn't, all when we get back on board. Now it's a 10-minute shuttle, and I can't wait to get back.
My feet hurt. I want to go sit down.
The lemonade, that lemonade was really great, so I'm glad that we got it, but oh my gosh. I'm so tired. Welcome back to Centennial Hall. It was a long walk. It took us about 17 minutes, as the map said, to get here. And we even stopped for lemonade and some pictures. But the huge line that we were expecting really isn't here, so kind of glad that it's kind of like this. Alright.
We made it back to the port. Rather than pushing you through the shop when you get off the ship, they push you through it after you get back to the port.
I am utterly exhausted. Pretty accurate to how I feel right about now. Okay, so we did some shopping, but we didn't find anything that we wanted per se. We'll just do all our shopping tomorrow in Juneau. But they do have some options for you, though it does seem to have been picked up quite a bit. A lot of people have done some shopping on their way back in.
Yes, the one shirt that I really wanted, they did not have in my size, so sad face.
We've finally made it back to the cabin, and we've come back to a dog on our bed.
Oh, it's so sweet. Oh, Nene.
So now that we're back in the cabin, we're going to go ahead and share a little bit about what we learned today, which is not much, but I think it's really important what we did learn.
So one thing that we learned is hiking is fun. We actually discovered this really great trail. It was the Crossroads Trail, and this is actually a really long trail. We only did a portion of it, but it could actually, if you went the other direction, could take us all the way back to the cruise ship port, which would have been taken a long time.
Yeah, the Crossroads Trail is called Crossroads because it is a crossroads between multiple different trails here in Sitka, which I think we liked a lot. You had the option to go down other trails that were more specific or something more interesting to look at, but what we saw on Crossroads was beautiful. a lot of plant life. We didn't see a lot of animals, but it's not because I don't think that you could not see animals. I think you definitely could. I think we just weren't that lucky today. But I also do know that bears are more active between the morning hours and the evening hours, not so much midday, and we were definitely there midday.
There should be bears near, so we definitely kept our eyes peeled for them, because we do not want to run into one of those and make them angry.
Yeah, one thing that we were told to get is bear spray, which is one, not possible for you to have brought on board a cruise ahead of time. It would just get confiscated anyways. And then two, we were initially told it was $10. Actually, then we found it was $60, so we didn't want to exactly spend $60 on something that we may or may not use, and then definitely would not be able to do anything with it because it would not have been able to come back on board. Granted, you'd rather be safe than sorry, but it wasn't something that we really could control, and it doesn't seem to be something tourists typically do when they arrive here. It's just what one information desk told us. The other one didn't really worry about it, just said to be cautious, be mindful, and don't do anything to provoke a bear.
So in total, we ended up walking a couple of miles, but it really wasn't too bad. I think the initial trail we were on was about a mile, and then maybe a mile to the visitor center, and then maybe a mile around there. So I'd say we probably walked around 3 miles, a little bit more. We were only out for about 3 hours, so I feel like we did quite a bit in that time, and honestly, the views were breathtaking, so it was definitely worth it.
Now, everything we did was free, 100% free. We did not pay an extra dime once we got to Sitka. Obviously, the cruise did cost extra money, but beyond that, everything we did was included or free, and we just found a way to it on our own using maps, using the GPS on our phones, just everything. We didn't have to pay extra for anything that we did. So if you want to spend a very free day, this is definitely a really good guide for you to do when you visit the Sitka. The only thing is, if you want to take it even further and do more of the more adventurous hikes, we found a few. We pointed them out throughout the day, but you want to have plenty of time. We're talking 5-6 hours to spend hiking and walking around. I don't know if that sounds like you, but certainly if it was, it doesn't sound like me. So I'm glad that we did what we did. It was a very, very light hike. There was some inclines, there was some declines, but overall, pretty easy, pretty fair to do.
Yes, neither of us are hikers in any way. We honestly hardly get exercise, seeing as we are sitting back on a cruise ship, eating food like 6 meals a day. So, so hiking is not really our thing. However, it was pretty easy for us.
So if you don't want to do something as difficult as that, you can go to just the National Park Center, and that is just a good, easy 45-minute hike around. There are some extensions, cut-throughs, depending on how you want to do it. You could easily spend an hour there. We spent maybe 20 minutes doing the hike because we were kind of in a little bit of a rush to get back on the ship, in which we did take one of the last buses. I think the second to last bus back to the cruise. So that's definitely don't do that. Don't be us. Don't be us people. Be smarter than we were. But thankfully it all worked out in the end.
Yes, in the national park, it was really cool because they had a ton of totem poles. So there was probably 10 to 12 totem poles at least along the route. So that was really cool to see. There were signs that showed some of the history, and then some great views. I mean, you were in a foresty area, so it still gave you the hiking feeling without being lost in the woods. I will say that there were a lot more people there, so if you're looking for to get away from people, maybe don't go there or don't do your whole day there, but definitely go check it out, especially to see the totem poles because it's such a rich part of the Alaskan history.
Now, you could definitely get a tour that takes you to that area that we were in, and that's why we saw so many more people, is because they didn't have to walk that extra 15 minutes from the Centennial Hall all the way over to the National Park Center. That saves an extra 17 minutes and extra lots of walking, so that's probably a good idea if you just want to get there. But yeah, more people. It felt like we had people there, whereas when we were on Crossroads, it was just us, and maybe every so often we would see someone else. Yeah, overall, I wish we just had more time in Sitka. I think my legs don't say that, but my thoughts are thinking that certainly. Mind over matter, I suppose. Well, I hope that this helped you in planning your day in Sitka. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below. We look forward to helping you out. I'll try to answer all the questions as best as I possibly can. The next video is technically going to be tonight and tomorrow. We're going to be exploring the rest of the evening on Quantum of the Seas, and tomorrow we're going to be waking up at 5 in the morning. One of us hopefully will be waking up at 5 in the morning for Glacier Day. It's going to be in Anakin Arm and Dawes Glacier. We'll see how close we get, but we're looking forward to it for sure. Check out tomorrow's video. Thank you so much for watching today. As always, this isn't a goodbye, but just a see you real soon.